Hello, 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 hello. I haven't had a chance to try to make any videos this week because I've been trying to help a friend that I had to take to have cancer treatments, and then I have my 92-year-old mother. So today, this afternoon, I'm going to make some spaghetti. Kind of a quick way, instead of making everything from scratch like I normally do. I'm going to try a new sauce and some linguine and just make it kind of that way, and then we'll see how it turns out. So I'll put some oil in my skillet, and then I'll saute my onions and get that going. One thing you can do is at least, even with a store-bought spaghetti sauce, which I never in my life use till, well, I have, but today, I just try not to use anything that is pre-made, so I don't know what's in it. But sometimes our lives are so hectic that we have to just grit our teeth and do what we have to do, and today's one of those days. I'm extremely exhausted. So if this video comes out okay, if it doesn't, okay. I just wanted to talk to some people, and you were the closest ones I could find to talk to. That's a lot of onion, but that's going to be good. I have my big knife. I'm used to it because I did it up. Now we're going to use some garlic. Let's see, we'll put a generous amount of garlic, because I don't know how much the seasoning in the sauce will be. I'm just going to brown that in my iron skillet. Now y'all know that, well, maybe you don't, but I'm going to tell you. Amazon has their iron skillets right now on sale. And I'll put the link in my comments, because the company that makes those, there's a little green of the onion, and I don't like that little green onion part in there. Sometimes, nowadays, with us not being able to raise our onions and get them out of the gardens, some of the onions in the middle have hole, kind of a piece of hole in them. Okay, we'll just let that cook down for a minute. And back here, I'm going to move my sugar bowl. I'm going to put quite a bit of water in here. Put more water. I'll put salt. That just gets it boiling good. Salt water is good for things like that. So let me just do that there. And that going. salt all over the stove. That's me. It's messy. This water boiling. Get it on high. I'm going to put a little more salt. Now this is Priano, and it's linguine. It's a macaroni product. I get it at Aldi's. I'm going to try it. I've not tried this brand, but we're going to. And I'm one of those that I pop it. So I just drop it in my water. So I don't have to worry about those long noodles and cutting it up. Well, that would make a big pot right there. That's only about more than a half a package. This saute's pretty good. Now all I had tonight to use was my, let me stir this. It was a turkey patty. So I got the butterball turkey patties, and I will take them out of my wrapper. I'll just lay them kind of down. I'll get the paper out. I'm still kind of a hair bit froze. I laid them out, but they, of course, you know, takes a lot more to thaw them out in just an hour. It'll thaw out a little quicker. Now, I remember as a child, they had spaghetti and have fresh beef come in from the slaughterhouse. Of course, we had walk-in freezer that had steaks and all kinds of cuts of meat and beer and pig, and that was, I'd have continued to eat those homegrown vegetables and those homegrown killed ranch meats. I feel like my health, because Mother's 92 and she has hardly anything wrong with her. She's got stage 3 kidney disease, but that's from taking the metformin. But otherwise, her vital signs, everything is good when she don't have a UTI. And of course, I keep a watch on everything she takes, everything she eats. Let me turn that up a little bit. And I try to do everything as healthy as I possibly can. I try to do everything as healthy as I possibly can for she and I both. But with today's vegetables, today's meat, if you're not growing it in your own garden and you're not producing your own cows and hogs and killing them, you're going to get all these byproducts. And that's why I think so many people have cancer, because of these byproducts that we're getting all this. We don't hardly eat fast food, but everybody does that I know. They're kids, and boy, there's a lot of byproducts. I've looked in a bunch of that stuff. I just won't let us eat it because it's so dangerous. And it's got stuff in it, like I was telling y'all the other day, crickets. So we're not going to eat that. See how that pork cooks up with the onions and the garlic? It fluffs up really well. Let's put some pepper in it. How about that? Not a whole bunch, but enough. I haven't salted this because I'm going to check on the sauce. Once I get this fried in the iron skillet, I'm going to get all those flavors in that meat. This would be good with a beef, not a beef stroganoff, but a turkey stroganoff. You put a white sauce with it. You can just start with your onions, your garlic, your turkey or beef, and then you finally can add whatever sauces you like, hollandaise or okay, let me look. I bought this Simply Nature organic tomato and basil pasta sauce. It's gluten-free, no artificial flavors. It's got 5 grams of sugar, 470 milligrams of sodium, so that's quite a bit of sodium. It says each of our Simple Nature products is free from over 125 artificial ingredients and preservatives. Simple Nature. And let's just open it up and see how simple it is. Let me get a little bite. Not bad, y'all. Not bad. You know, a lot of these sauces, they taste so, they just taste unusual. They just taste unusual. And sometimes they're so full of salt you can't hardly eat them. Okay. Let's turn on the... Well, that's going to be some good, really, I see I don't have to drain that much. That butterball turkey did not cause a lot of grease today. Like beef would be, I'd have to pour it off. I'd have to pour it off. I'm going to get a little hot water out of my dispenser. Just enough to deglaze my pan so that I get all those meat flavors in there and all that onion flavor. Before I put my sauce in there, okay, we're going to put about half of that. Let's try that. That's got some chunk to it, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Go ahead now and put our jar in there, our whole jar. Once that gets kind of mixed, let that cook down. Now if I needed to, I could put a little thickener in it, but this is going to be just fine. It's going to cook down just fine. Smells really good. Okay, we'll let that cook for just a minute and then we'll take it off. See, that's thickening up. Once you put that extra water in there, thickens that spaghetti sauce. But it's got a thickener for the jar, from the jar. You put that water in there, it'll then leave the fire. Continue to stir. You'll burn this in a second, especially in any kind of iron pot or iron skillet. That looks really good, y'all. See there? That's a beautiful sauce. It smells good. And we'll set it kind of halfway on and halfway off until I can get this. See how this is doing. All right, let's turn that off, and we'll bring that up here to the front so I can check on it. I think if those sit there for a little bit, and I hardly ever use this powdered cheese, Parmesan Reggiano cheese, but that's all I had today. So, and it smells okay. It's just I don't know if it's a byproduct or what it is. Something I probably don't want to eat, but I'm going to. No, it's Parmesan, 100% Parmesan, pasteurized. 0 sugars. Sodium is 90 milligrams. So that's, we'll let our noodles sit here for a minute, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put this together. This lasts a good while. I buy the coleslaw, classic coleslaw at Aldi's. And of course, it's from Mother. She loves coleslaw. And tonight I'm just going to mix it with a Caesar dressing because I just don't want to make a big bowl of that coleslaw. So I put it in these Ziploc bags, and that will last quite a while. But what I usually do, let me get a little bowl. Better get probably this size of my Weller pottery bowls. Put about, I don't want to do a whole bunch, but I may have to chop that even a little more. Refrigerator. That knife cut up a little bit. Instead of having to get out all that mandolin or julienne or any of those machines, I just cut it like this in the bowl. I've got all that stuff, and I just, for so many years, used it all, and it was wonderful and all that, I guess. But nowadays, being a caregiver, we try to do whatever we can just as easy as possible, and try to get that good quality. There we go. That'll be fine. That'll work. Now I just use this Tuscan Gardens classic Caesar dressing, and I'll put that on there. And I shoot just a hair of lime juice, just a little bit. Then put just a hair of sucralose, the sugar I get, substitute, I just put about that much, just to give it a sweetness, because southern coleslaw has its sweetness to it. Put our pepper, put our salt, don't want a whole bunch. Now you think about why spaghetti and having coleslaw with spaghetti. Well, it's because it's whatever you want to eat. It's what you like. Better add a little more Caesar. Just a little more Caesar to it. There we go. Now we're talking. That's a lot better. Mother loves this, like I said, but I can't eat it because of these, not having these implants finished. And I do not like wearing false teeth. I cannot maintain them. So I don't eat anything that requires this amount of quality of chewing right now until I can get my everything done. Now them noodles are coming together fine. Let me get my colander and we'll see what's going on. I moved this around because I took a noodle in there and I said, Mama, tell me if this is done. And she said, I don't think quite done. Put it back on the fire, so that's what I'm going to do, is just let them get to boiling again for just a minute. And then, because we want them noodles, you want your noodles done. This sauce is really nice. While we're doing that, I'll tell you what we can do. Let me get, I just take plain old, you know, I shopped at that little grocery store. This was $1.29 for this Food Club wheat bread. And I bought several loaves to go into the icebox, freezer, into the freezer, because I'll tell y'all about these. These are apple strudels, and they're wonderful. We'll make those one sometime soon. We'll make them sometime soon. Okay. What I do is I just take our bread. Mother and I won't usually eat all this, but since my friend I had to take to the cancer for his stuff is here, then that's why I'm going to take this bread and I just rub this bread, butter this bread here. Let me set this down here. Let me get this kind of out of the way. Maybe it won't get on the bottom of my pan too much. See, that's a bit better than. See them. I want them to. You don't want them to stick. So let's turn that off. Now I'm going to take that and just push that back off that for just a little bit till I can get this bread buttered. And I'll set it out for a minute just so that it would spread a little easier. You You let it get, I use this challenge butter, sea salt butter with canola oil. It's the best. Unless you're going to home make your butter, get this challenge butter. It's about $5, but like you that watch me know that I buy this when it's on sale, and then I just put it in the icebox because it don't ruin. Okay, so now I'll take my garlic that I had a while ago. You can mix that in your butter and do all that if you want to. But I just take about a half a teaspoon. I put it on each one of my little pieces of bread. And then I just kind of take my spoon and label this out. Spread this out. Once that butter starts melting and moving on your piece of bread, you'll get the garlic flavor. But now I'll put that in and just toast that. And I have a toaster oven. I have a convection toaster oven, but put it on about a 6. Or about a 1. We'll do it that way. Okay. Now let me check this. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's gonna be done, y'all. Okay. Put that out there. Put that out of there. Have my little here. I drain this really well. I can't show you. I drain this spaghetti really well. I shake it and try to get as much water as I possibly can out of it. Okay. I'll get some more butter. Put a big wallop of butter into that. Now, I stir my noodles around with that good butter. See, all that good butter is getting melted onto my noodles. This time is when I put a little black pepper just to be doing it. When I was a kid, we had butter noodles, and I loved them. My grandmother would make homemade noodles and put the butter on them, and that's what we had, was just buttered noodles. They were very good. Okay, now what I do is I take that cheese I was telling you about. Let me see. I better get. Hold on just a minute. Let me see if I can get this picked up. shelf into my bread bowl. Get that scraped out. Get all the noodles. You don't waste nothing, remember? You just don't waste nothing. There we go. Now, I take this grated cheese. If I had good Parmesan, I'd still do the same thing. Because that butter coats the noodle. And this coats the noodle also. Butter gives you the catalyst to and that dries your liquid up from the water that's still on the noodle or the butter. That makes such a good noodle. So now we have our noodles, and we have our spaghetti, and let me check the bread. How the bread is doing. It's getting there. Let me get a plate. What I'll do is I'll just get a little bit of spaghetti for the noodle. You know what I may do? I think since, tell you what I think I'm going to do, just like I have for years, the best way to do this, so that all this gets, is to put this into your, out of your skillet into your bowl there. Then you mix that and all those juices get onto that spaghetti. And people don't have to worry about, if you're having a dinner party or something, they can go get more out of the kitchen, not having to worry with a ladle and a noodle server and all that. You can just serve it. Plus, this will all get married together the longer it sits. And spaghetti that's left over for tomorrow, if there is any, it's always delicious. Let's check our bread. So, now that we've got this done, imagine that will, there, we've got it mixed now, so that's good. So what we'll do is we'll take some spaghetti, a little more meat. Mother doesn't eat a lot, y'all know that. So, let me get her coleslaw. I'll put her coleslaw in here. I do anything I can to get her to eat. And that's probably be all she'll eat, about right there. Let me check the bread. Let's see. That's pretty good. She doesn't like bread a lot, but she needs it. So cut those in just small, little crunchy bits, and I lay them on her plate. that's what we have, spaghetti and coleslaw and toast for Mama's dinner and my dinner and my sick friend's dinner. I wish y'all were here to eat with us. We'll have a glass of tea. Hope y'all have a good evening. God bless you.